Hello, this is Jeff Gerard with Gateway Sheet Music, and today I'm bringing you the first in a series of videos I'm calling my summer reading list. These are books and references, generally on the lighter side, things that you can either brush up on topics during the school year or maybe learn something new that you might be able to take advantage of, find a way to alter or enhance your teaching methods during the next school year. First book I'm going to talk about in this series is called The 7 Deadly Sins of Music Making by Richard Floyd. Richard Floyd has been teaching for decades at some very It's okay, I'll go back. The 7 Deadly Sins of Music Making by Richard Floyd. Richard Floyd has been teaching for decades at such prestigious universities as Baylor University, University of South Florida, and UT Austin. And he's been working for years, not just in the wind band, the ensembles, but also teaching other directors and other people who want to enhance their game as conductors and directors. This book is actually a sequel to an earlier book of his called The Artistry of Teaching and Making Music. It's also another book you may want to look at sometime. It's been out for several years. Maybe I'll even cover it someday. But for right now, we'll talk about his newest book. So, as for the title of the book, Dr. Floyd was asked to make a presentation at a Midwest conference, and at first he was thinking, well, I don't really want to do it. I've got enough on my plate. He kind of got pressured into it a little bit. He says, okay, I'll do it. Hung up the phone and says, okay. And I'm going to go back because I messed up the story. Just stay right there because I said as for the title, and that's when I did. My bad. I'm going to go back to talking about artistry, and I'll let Scott try to patch it in. All right. Okay, so what do I do? Nothing yet. I'm about to end talking about artistry and say as for the title. This was the Artistry of Teaching and Making Music was a sequel. Nope. Take all that back. The Artistry of Teaching and Making Music is a book that we'll cover some other time, possibly. Certainly worth reading at some point. Now, as for the title of the current book we're looking at, The 7 Deadly Sins of Music Making, Dr. Floyd was asked to make a presentation for the Midwest Conference, and he didn't really want to. He had enough on his plate, but finally felt pressured enough. He said, okay, sure, I'll do it. And the person who asked him said, okay, great, what are you going to call it? And without thinking, he said, I'll call it The 7 Deadly Sins of Music Making. And he said, okay, I have no idea. What have I just got myself into? I don't even know what this is going to be. And he started thinking about what's it going to be, talked with another director about what just happened, and said, yeah, I said that the topic was going to be the 7 deadly sins of music making. The other director said, how the hell are you going to narrow it down to just 7? And then they got talking, and that's where the whole idea formed from. The definition of sin, in this case, he's taking as a serious shortcoming or a fault. It's not about how we do things poorly, but we're more about the sins of omission, how we could do better. There are 7 sections of this book. For example, as you see here, first section's about sins of articulation, but the other sections are about dynamics and rhythm, tempo, line, silence, and proportion. All right, so for example, the tempo. I relate to this one personally. Now, he has several examples and stories in his book about how other famous composers and conductors, Paul Hindemith, Francis Macbeth, Aaron Copland, Samuel Adler, all gave him tips on how tempo, what things are directors that are taking a little too seriously or taking too direct and exact approach to the score. So that's just one of the many examples in this book. The whole book, it's a very approachable read and very good personal read. And there's plenty of anecdotes and short stories from his decades and decades of experience. I think you'll really appreciate this. And it's something you can just read when you're just lounging by the poolside or just having a quiet moment without having to get too serious. In any event, you can purchase this book and many other musical resources from us at Gateway Sheet Music. Give us a call or visit our website, www.gatewaysheetmusic.com. We're here to help you at any time with this and other needs. Be on the lookout for the next summer reading video coming soon.